Hey guys, today we are making my double chocolate caramel cookies. They are so rich and decadent and delicious. Let's go ahead and get started. First off, we're going to go ahead and sift our dry ingredients, which is some all-purpose flour, some cornstarch, baking soda, and salt. So we're just going to go ahead and sift those ingredients together. I also have some unsalted butter that I have popped into the microwave and melted that completely. And in another bowl here I have some granulated sugar as well as some brown sugar. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mix these sugars and the melted butter together. Just add that in. And of course, little ones running around. That's just how it is around here. So I'm going to go ahead and just use a whisk to blend these ingredients together just to combine them really well. You want to take about 30 seconds to combine it. Make sure that the butter and the sugar is incorporated together. And then we're going to go ahead and add in a large egg. Mix that together for about another 30 seconds until it's completely and totally incorporated. You want to add in some vanilla extract. Mix that in. Now this is so easy to do, but it is so rich and delicious, and one or two of these cookies really can just satisfy a sweet tooth, which is what I love about this recipe as well. I'm going to add in my dry ingredients, which is my flour, baking soda, cornstarch, etc., etc., and mostly incorporate that together with a spatula. Not completely, just about maybe 50% of the way. Start to incorporate it, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in my cocoa powder, which you want to sift in, and as well as your semi-sweet chocolate chips. So I'm going to go ahead and add in chocolate chips as well as my cocoa powder. Now I always use Rodell's cocoa powder. I've mentioned it a couple of times. It is my favorite cocoa powder, literally, to bake with or for anything. So I'm going to add those in, and then I'm going to finish up combining all of the ingredients together, the wet and the dries. Mix it until it's mostly incorporated again, about 75% of the way through incorporated. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to our caramels. Now I have some of these rectangular, longer caramels here, and I'm going to cut these up into small pieces. You want them to be about the size of like a chocolate chip or so. And then we're going to have some bigger pieces towards the end. But for now, we're going to cut these up into little small beady pieces, like about the size of a chocolate chip or so, and we're just going to go ahead and add that into our cookie batter, our cookie dough. Now you can use the smaller little square caramels or any kind of chewy caramel that you can get your hand on, but just cut it up to small little pieces like that and just add it in. And then completely now mix everything in together, including the caramels and the chocolate chips and everything. Mix it in real good. Now we're not trying to overwork the dough, we just want to mix everything in together. So what I'm going to do now is I have some extra caramels on the side. After that's completely mixed in, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take my cookie dough, place it in some cling wrap, and make it in sort of like a log form, because it's just going to make it easier when we're ready to, make our cookies. And then you can see that the dough is not sticky, it's just perfect. We're going to wrap this up in a wrap, place it in the refrigerator for about maybe 30 minutes or so till everything starts to firm up. And then we're going to go ahead with our remaining bit of caramels. We're going to go ahead and cut them into bigger pieces this time. So let's just pop that in the refrigerator, then move on to our caramels. So as you can see here, I had some caramels that I cut up into small pieces, and what I have is my oven preheated to 350 degrees, as well as a baking tray that I've lined with parchment paper. I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of my cookie dough and roll it into a ball and flatten it out. Then I'm going to take about a little inch size of the caramels that I've cut into half, place it in the center, wrap the cookie dough around it again, roll it into a ball, and gently kind of flatten it out a little bit. So So I'm just going to take maybe about 2 tablespoons amount, roll it into a ball, kind of flatten it out, and the caramels that I have cut into about an inch size or so, place it in the center, and then just enclose the cookie dough around it. So that way we have a little bit of caramel running through it, and then we have this nice little, a little extra in the center. Now I'm going to do some with the caramel in the center as well as some without it. So some who wants a little extra caramel and some who doesn't want a little extra caramel. These are going to bake for about 12 to 14 minutes at 350 degrees, and then we're going to remove them and let them cool on the tray for about 5 minutes before removing them to completely cool off on a platter or your cookie tray or whatever. And that is it. These are so easy, but such a like a fancy schmancy kind of cookie. It's so delicious. It's really, really rich. A couple of these really can just satisfy a sweet tooth, and they're delicious. I hope that you guys enjoyed this recipe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!